everyone, welcome to Roll D3. This is Shattered Crown, the new campaign we're starting, the first one on the channel. My name's Jay. I go by he, him. I use he, him. Now, everyone else can feel free to introduce yourself. Yeah.
Hi, my name is B. I use she, her pronouns.
Hi, my name is Nolly. I go by they, them pronouns.
Hi, I'm Wayne. I use he, him.
And I'm Zach. I go by he, they.
Cool. All right, that's everyone. Um, yeah. Now we're going to start our campaign, Shattered Crown. I think I said that already. This is in Pathfinder 2e, which I think is probably going to be in the title of this. Not sure yet. And yeah, let's get started. It has been 6 months since the blood of Gorum, the former god of war, rained down upon Golarion and struck into the hearts and bodies of various creatures across the land. In the early days after this unprecedented event, the world was thrown into chaos and disarray by the sudden infusion of godly powers. Old evils arose from their slumber in order to try and partake of Gorum's blood, and new upstarts tried to use these god sparks for their own nefarious purposes. Thus brave heroes, both those touched by the strength of the dead god and those who fought solely with their own strength, rose up to face them, throwing Golarion into a kind of turmoil not seen since the death of Eredin over 100 years before. But, as always, life goes on. Despite the new state the world is blooming into, the average person was still able to celebrate, travel, work, and live their lives as everything changed around them. This story, however, is not about those kind of people. Or that kind of fuck. This story, however, is not about those average people. And so we find ourselves on the decks of the passenger ship, the waterlogged Kobold, as it cuts through the waves of the inner sea, making its way towards the wider ocean, eventually intending to sail up the coast to the far northern city of New Thassalon. It has been around 1 week since the ship departed from the city at the center of the world, and life for everyone on board has fallen into a steady routine. Well, mostly for everyone. One restless kobold, ironically, makes her way up and down the decks, pacing day in and day out, scanning these horizons for anything that may be of interest. Besides the storm clouds that have been slowly gathering overhead for the past few days, and the ship that has been sailing in the same direction as them, nothing has really changed, and it has all just been more and more of the same. Sky Bluescale, would you please take a moment to describe yourself?
Sky Blue Scales is a 3.5 foot tall kobold. His scales are sky blue in color. He has loose fitting armor that it doesn't look like he should be wearing it. He has scars and what look like tattoos on various parts of his body that resemble the stitching of like thread and weird off-colored fabric. He is definitely still pacing back and forth because he does not have any clue what he is supposed to be doing with himself on a ship where nothing happens. On some level, he wonders why it's called the Waterlogged Kobold as well.
Alright. As you continue pacing for, I'd say, about the third day in a row now, you get approached by a large man, bald-headed, giant bushy white beard, and a big gray coat over his shoulders. Aye, laddie. I see you pacing around here. You doing alright?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm just, nerves are getting to me. I don't know what to do with myself right now. I don't suppose there's anything I can come help with, or,
You're
help
not
anyone
used to
do?
sea travel, are ya?
No, I've only done it once before.
You picked a long trip to make your second one, then.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, the older gentleman is going to crouch down next to you and kind of like pat your head a little bit. Don't worry, laddie. You'll be safe here. I've been sailing for nigh on 50 years. I I am the captain of the ship. I probably should have led with that.
Huh.
Um, pleasure to meet you. And if you really do want to help out, I can come show you the ropes, so to speak.
I named me boat after ye.
I intend to throw you overboard, which is why I named the ship this.
You
That is
see-
not canon. I did not say that.
This
You see-
despicable sea captain just approaches kobolds and grooms them so he can drown them later.
Serial killer sea captain.
Well,
cool.
since his head is being pat, you see Sky's tail wagging back and forth because he does that. Is a thing he does not consciously ever do in his life, but it happens. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sky Blue Scales. Yeah, I would. If there's anything I could do to help, I would love to. It's not that I don't feel safe. I'm just, I need something to do.
I get
just like
that.
helping.
I get that. Also, I have to say your name is pretty on the nose. Here, come with me. And then he leads you over to the rigging for, the sails and such. And goes, these are the ropes. That one always gets a laugh from the children. I figured that would work here. But no, seriously. You are small enough that I think you can probably climb up and get these untangled when need be. If you want to start, giving it a try, I can kind of guide you from down here.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
Alright, and the captain starts literally showing you the ropes.
Internally, the kobold's like, good joke.
Not to be a smart ass, but don't they call him a line on a boat?
I don't know. I've never
Shut
been...
up. Shut the fuck up.
Look, just because I've lived next to the ocean my entire life doesn't mean I know anything about it, okay?
This is why the government should make it so that every child has to work a summer on a crab boat.
Quiet, you. Look, just because you're stuck in boat hell with your day job doesn't mean
Don't shoot down my good ideas. Okay.
God, we are off to a great start. We are off to
I
a
have a
great
binder
start.
of these.
Anyway,
The crab boat summer job is just the first.
oh my God. All right. Anyway, while the captain is literally showing Sky the ropes, two short little bastards notice the captain is busy and decide that with the oncoming storm and the crew all doing things, and now the captain himself being busy as well, now is the perfect time to run a scam. Dastardly and Malicious, would you two both introduce yourselves?
Yeah, so Dastardly Bastard is a small, thin halfling, even by halfling standards. Slicked back hair, gold tooth shining brightly, and he's probably leaning on the railing, smoking a pipe, and studiously avoiding doing any real work.
Malicious bastard, a slightly, just large for a halfling standards. Conceptually, I would describe him as what if the Honeycombs mascot was a halfling. He has crazy hair and just built like a shit brick house. I always get that backwards for some reason.
Shit brick house is funny. That's why.
Scary.
It's scarier, yeah.
But despite how rough he looks, he has a very gentle face. He's just kind of pleasantly smiling and hanging out next to his brother, the best man in the world.
Can I point out on the Honeycombs thing, that cereal hasn't had a mascot in 15 years.
I don't eat that shit.
Well, okay. So
Yeah, I just remember seeing the mascot as a kid.
Dastardly and So Dastardly and Mal, seeing that the captain is occupied, are gonna take this opportunity to help themselves to a few things, specifically a more comfortable accommodation for the coming storm. So we're going to very casually make our way back to the captain's cabin and let ourselves in.
Okay. You arrive at the door to the captain's cabin, and you find that, of course, the door is locked. Um, as you would expect from someone as high ranking as the captain to do when they're not in their quarters.
Mal, give me a little cover here. I'm gonna find a key.
Whatever you say.
Call me crazy. This seems like thievery and not a scam.
It's a type of scam.
Well, sure.
We're multifaceted people. Okay, you see the Bastard Brothers, and you assume we're just one thing, but we're so much more than that. Anyway, I'm gonna pick this lock so we can steal from the captain, who's got complete control of us at this moment because of maritime law.
Dastardly's just gonna stand
sorry.
up like real tall and just kind of just literally obscure Das.
Are you? Do you have your arms at your side like that one fucking image of Vault Boy, where he's like sitting with his arms like outstretched at his side?
I don't know what that means, so sure.
He's presenting the largest screen possible as I pick a lock.
All right. In that case, please roll me a thievery check, my
Woo,
friend.
First roll of the game.
Hold on. Okay, so it's determined by the complexity and the construction of the lock. Damn. So, Dastardly, you lean down and take a look at this lock. It is surprisingly complex looking for a normal passenger ship. But you also know how, having grown up in Absalom, how the people from there can be. So, you can understand why a more heavy duty lock would be needed. But also, this isn't anything you haven't seen before. You get to work and swiftly you bust open the lock. It looks as if you just straight up used a key on it. It's completely just open.
Excellent work as always, Dast.
Well, what can I say? I've had a lot of practice, and now, he'll push the door open, we can enjoy our smoking, nice, dry comfort. Dibs on the big chair. So we'll let ourselves in, light up our pipes, and make ourselves at home. While looking over the ship's manifest.
Alright.
These are not good people.
Wayne, can you roll me a check to see if you know how to read? I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
You know what? Not a given thing, but
It isn't, but there's nothing
you just see two guys called the Bastard Brothers, and you think we're one thing, but really we're so much more than that.
I mean, there's nothing in game to say you do or do not know how to read. So
Actually, proficiency with a language assumes you can read in
wow, that's
many editions of the game. There's
how-
only a
how
few
peculiar.
editions where that's not true, and it's mostly in D&D barbarians can't read.
I know an edition where that's not true. It's called real life.
Well,
Anyway.
literacy's great in Absalom.
Anyway,
yeah, that's fair.
you
100%.
Alright, Dastardly, you look over the ship's manifest. You don't see anything too out of the ordinary, though you do see one of the crates in the hold has an uncomfortably large amount of spiders in it. Not like spiders are in the crate, but the crate is listed as having a bunch of live spiders in it for some reason. And you are not quite sure why that would be there.
People need spiders.
Well, I don't know why they need so many spiders, but that's interesting information. We might use that.
Alright.
Boil
Oh, sorry.
mash them, stick them in a stew.
Let's just enjoy ourselves pleasantly and see if the captain has any good...
You find the captain's personal alcohol drawer, or not drawer, but cabinet, right behind his desk. And there's some pretty high quality stuff. Some stuff you'd only really expect to see from nobles back in Absalom. And
Well,
no one's around to
know
stop
the
you.
routine. You know the routine, Mal. Dustiest bottle, so it's not noticed for long enough. And, of course, we're halflings. we don't drink much.
Uh-huh.
I am ready for shots.
Good man. That's
The way you said that.
this is how you travel.
Well, these two halflings are getting drunk in the captain's quarters while no one is looking. We go back out to the deck, where a bunch of other passengers are milling about, enjoying, what little sunshine there is as the storm clouds continue to gather overhead. And one such passenger happens to be a medium-sized automaton that has set up what looks like a little fortune-telling like spot on a little blanket that they've laid out. Oracle, would you please describe yourself?
Yes, Oracle is a automaton of dwarven construct. They are, they were created by their dwarven creators, to,
The makers.
yeah, the makers.
Sorry.
They were built in such a way as to tell if any potential calamities would be facing the dwarves, but they did not see the one that destroyed their dwarven home. So they've sort of just been listless, going around and offering fortune-telling services, which have not been great, but seemingly better recently. They have a little teal bird upon their head, that is a clockwork bird, and yeah.
Can I ask a
Cool.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What you said the predictions haven't been going great. Like, do you mean like you're bad at giving predictions, or you've been giving people like bad news?
Bad at giving predictions, but recently, has been much better at predicting things.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Cool. So you've set out this little station for yourself where you're sitting against one of the what's the word? Not like wall of the deck, but like the is it just the wall?
I have
Like,
no idea what those are
The
called.
the railing, thank you. Against the railing of one of the sides of the boat, and you've just been giving people fortunes all day. Just reading their aura and seeing, what you can tell them about what's coming up. You said that you've recently been having issues with being bad at giving fortunes, but in the sense of just not doing it properly. But since you got on this boat, you have been giving a lot of negative fortunes. A lot of auras do not seem like there are very bright futures ahead of them. And you are contemplating this as a sailor walks up to you. Aye. You the one giving out fortunes?
Yes.
Do you do specifics, or is it just kind of random like all that magic mumbo jumbo tends to be?
It depends on how well I'm able to read your aura. Some people's auras are masked, but yours seems particularly clear.
Oh yeah? What do you see? I think I changed his voice like 3 times in trying to talk as this guy. I'm realizing I can't. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about
He
it.
has a terminal case
Yeah.
of being a sailor.
Yeah, man.
uh,
I don't
so
I don't know if there's actually any mechanical thing for fortune telling.
I'm going to say roll me an Arcana check. We'll just do Arcana for this.
Can we do occultism?
You know what? Yeah, sure. Since you're a witch, we'll do occultism.
Yeah. All right.
I should be having y'all roll these secretly. I forgot, but oh well.
Nah.
No, I think it's funnier.
Fair.
A 13. Ooh.
Okay.
Lucky.
Thankfully, this sailor that you're talking to is much shallower than any of the waters around you. So it's pretty easy to read his aura. You see a lot of colors around him. A lot of greens and blues that are slowly giving way to a lot of reds and blacks, and those reds are slowly beginning to overtake everything else and encompassing his aura until they're then enveloped by the darkness, and then it's done, and then that's it.
I regret to inform you that your future does not look very bright. You seem to be... Right now, you're doing okay, but I see that you are going to face some trials ahead. Possibly fire or battle, and ultimately it will consume you.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm deadly serious.
I should have known you were full of shit, just like all the other magic users. And then the sailor kind of like walks off, kind of chuckling to himself. And you notice as he walks away that there was a person wearing a blue cloak that was standing right behind him. They have a hood up, so you can't really see what they look like, but you can tell that there's something kind of poking up into the hood from beneath it, and small locks of pure white hair, like almost as white as snow, can be seen kind of poking out of the hood. This person then steps forward as soon as the sailors walked away. They crouch down to be able to look you in the face. You tell fortunes, I'm guessing, based on that asshole that just left.
Yes, I do.
How do you do it, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I am able to see your aura, essentially the magical energy that surrounds you. It appears as color, and through the way that that color moves and the way that it changes, I can infer a fair amount about your future.
Interesting. Huh. I haven't heard of this kind of magic before. Is it native to this part of Golarion? Or do you have any idea?
Well, I'm not particularly sure, if I'm going to be honest.
That's understandable. Not a lot of people really know where their magical prowess comes from. So, how about you read my fortune if that's okay? I can even pay you if you want. I'm not really sure if you're doing this for coin, but
You don't have to pay me. I just want to see if I can help.
okay. Then go ahead. Roll me another occultism check real quick.
Should we keep it public or should it be blind?
Blind, please.
Cool.
It's the damnedest thing. I keep predicting that people are gonna drown and a boat's gonna explode. It's so weird.
I mean, I wasn't
Huh.
gonna say anything, but
I'm sure this means nothing.
So, you look at this person who you still can't really get a clear look at them. They've made sure to keep the cloak around them pretty tightly, despite having an open part of the hood so that you should be able to see their face. The shadow from the hood obscures it in a way where you're not really able to see anything other than that bit of hair that I mentioned earlier. But looking
Even-
at them,
Even with Arcane Eye,
what does that do again?
which is essentially dark vision, but
Yes.
can see.
Wait, can it see through
uh,
magical darkness?
It can. I can see invisible creatures in brief spurts, and I can cast See the Unseen as an arcane innate spell once per hour. So that's for seeing.
Okay.
Invisible as concealed, basically.
Okay. I mean, you can cast that if you'd like to right now.
Yeah. Let's do that. Where
Can you describe to me how it
spells.
looks?
Yeah, essentially their eyes light up just teal green.
Okay.
I don't have it in my list of spells, so I have to add it. Yeah.
It's all good. I know what it does, so you don't have to press it right now. But
Yeah.
good to add that for the future. You do this, and the darkness covering this person's face dissipates before your eyes. You see I would say, young adult Cambion girl with dark orange skin and bright ice blue eyes staring back at you with a curious look on her face as she waits for you to tell her her fortune. And as you do this, you do begin to see the aura around her. You see bright oranges and reds fighting against dark blues and whites as they are clashing back and forth around her, trying to overtake the other, neither really gaining ground until eventually both just stop. And then a new color starts to emanate, a light royal purple.
Mm-mm.
Is that a good or a bad
It seems like you will face some turmoil. I saw a battle, but huh, I I do not see that a lot. Uh, I I think that you're going to huh. I think that you could possibly be meeting with royalty?
I sure hope not. Most royalty I've met tend to be kind of assholes, you know?
It doesn't seem like it's going to be a negative meeting.
That would be a first, but okay.
I can only say what the aura tells me.
That's understandable. I get that this stuff can be kind of arcane. Sorry, bad. I don't even think that's a pun. That's just me using a word for magic.
actually, it's occultism.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it! I just realized what you said. God damn it!
Says Sky from across the deck.
Sky Blue Scales yells down from the rigging.
How would he even know? He doesn't
Yeah,
know magic.
I don't think he has a magical bone in his body.
Hearing and also just Deus Ex funny.
I mean, he
Yeah.
might have a magical bone in his body, but it's not his. It's not like he doesn't let him use magic.
The woman sits there and ponders this for a second before kind of promptly standing up. And can you roll me a perception check real quick, please, Ori?
Yes.
Was that blind or...
I was blind.
Okay. Oh, they're different colors on... Okay, never mind. I just realized they're different colors on Foundry, so I can tell which is which. Thank you.
Yeah.
You notice her stumble a little bit as she tries to get up. Like she... Not like she lost her balance, but like... There was like, kind of like one of those like... pauses someone makes when they're like... When they have like a pain in their leg as they're trying to stand.
Are you okay?
What? Oh, no, I'm completely fine. Thank you, though. Nice to meet you, by the way. I'm...
Nice to meet you.
I have some business to attend to, so I'll talk to you later. And she kind of just, rushes off. And right as she starts to leave, you all hear a loud crack. Even the Bastard brothers, who are, inside right now, as thunder strikes the ocean several miles away. Or sorry, lightning strikes the ocean. I got mixed up because of Pokemon. Them calling that move thunder when I was a kid just completely still confuses me to this day. But I digress.
They don't have any lightning moves. It's very strange.
Yes. But lightning strikes the ocean a few miles away. And almost instantly, in a way that doesn't quite feel natural, the rain starts downpouring all around you all. The winds start to pick up, pulling the sails to the side and kind of diverting things. And just in general, the storm has picked up really hard. The rain is hitting the deck like rocks falling down a mountainside, essentially. It's hitting it hard. There's a lot of them. Obviously, there's a lot because there's rain. I don't know why I said that. It is... The storm has started very, very suddenly. That's when the captain, who was still trying to direct Sky, yells out to the crew, "Aye! The storm is upon us, lads! We begin, Fuck, what is the word? Sorry, my bad.
He says, fuck, what is the word?
He's panicking because he's never... Not panicking. He's too experienced for that. He's just caught very off guard by the sudden storm happening out of nowhere. You say that, yet you're in his fucking cabin right now, so...
You didn't even do a scam. You just went in and just started smoking weed in his fucking room.
Yeah. Look, I consider what Dastardly's doing right now a scam in a certain way. You are scamming the captain out of his alcohol.
You're scamming me out of a scam. I guess it's fair. It comes full circle. The only person who can do that is Eddie. I think you're gonna scam Sky.
Anyway, this captain is calling out for battening down the hatches.
That's the
mainsail.
phrase. Thank you. That's the phrase. Thank you. Fuck. Sorry.
He's dying.
The captain inhaled too much rainwater.
He inhaled too much weed.
Batten down the hatches, laddie. Hoist the mainsail. We can't. We have to try to get out of the storm. You there, blue one. He yells up to Sky.
Huh?
Get down from there. We need you down here now.
Okay. Guy's just gonna jump down.
The captain keeps barking orders to the crew. Blue Scale. I need you. Round up anyone with able bodies down below. We need as many men as we can to get this, to try and get things stable. We weren't, prepared for the storm to break this early.
Okay. I'm a little small. By able body, you mean bigger than me?
Anyone that looks like they can lift things and pull hard on some ropes.
Okay. I'll do my best.
The captain is then going to run off in the direction of the wheel. Oracle, you're on the main deck. You see all of this happening. What would you like to do?
Oracle, carefully but quickly, picks up his little blanket, folds it, and tucks it away, and power walks over to the captain and says, reporting for duty.
You look strong. Listen, I sent off that little blue feller. Start turning the sails. We need to turn it away from into the wind, just so we don't go off course here. If you see the blue feller, tell him to help you with that when he gets back up.
I will. And Oracle goes over and starts pulling on the rope to make sure that the sail is not being ripped asunder by the wind.
The captain barks at a few more people as he passes them, and they come by to help you. As the captain runs towards the upper deck for the wheel, though, he stops because he notices the doors to his cabin are open. He never leaves those doors open. The captain...
Boy, Mal, this was a great idea. Look at those chumps out there on the deck. While we're in here in warm, dry comfort, smoking a fine pipe, and with some fine booze to accompany it. Cheers.
Clink the glass. This was
I've
an
really
excellent
outdone my
plan.
By the sea devils themselves, what the hell are you doing in here? Who are either of you?
You know, that's, you see, and Dastardly will set down the glass. We, saw that these fragile and expensive snifters were unsecured in the storm and rushed in to protect them.
Yes, we were, looking for you so we could, offer help.
Correct. Exactly so. Reporting for duty, Captain.
The captain just kind of stands there. Both of you roll me a deception check real quick. Blind, please.
Very different things.
Blind deception checks, please. The captain looks at you both incredulously before exploding. Do you pipsqueaks think I was born yesterday? You're raiding me personal stash. Either you get out there and help secure the ship for the storm, or I'm throwing you both overboard personally. You got that?
That sounds like a fair compromise to me.
More than fair, in fact. Mal, this man is of uncommon character and judgment. Let's serve him loyally to the end of our days. Off we go.
I give the captain a salute on our way out.
The captain just grumbles and then runs like locks his door behind you, then runs back up to where the wheel is to take it over from the helmsman currently.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
I would have liked another shot, but we really should help.
Sky, can you roll me a diplomacy check real quick?
For what? Oh, for talking to people? Sure, I could do that.
For getting people to come up and help you, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I got it. I'm good at that. Probably.
You run downstairs to the main crew deck. Not the one, sorry, the main, the main crew deck. I said the right thing the first time. I thought I said passenger deck for some reason. And you tell everyone. The captain said, hey, get up here and get the ship prepared. No one really seems to question why a small kobold passenger is giving them this order. They can probably just kind of tell from the thunder and the lightning that's flashing through the windows that it's a pretty bad storm. Malicious bastard, why are you raging currently?
I just wanted to read the
Oh.
rules for it. And I clicked
Oh,
the wrong
okay.
one.
Malicious bastard's just really fucking mad.
We're both raging. We just got kicked out of the captain's cabin. We were having a nice smoke, a drink, kicking our feet up on the desk, and now we're out here with the plebes.
I mean, if no one was gonna help, I could do it myself. I'm strong.
So you get pretty much the entire crew that were off duty at the moment to kind of kick into action. You lead them back upstairs, and everyone just starts, preparing the ship, getting the sails so they won't rip away, making sure that all the barrels and such on the main deck are tied down. Dastardly and Malicious, what are you doing at the moment while Sky is helping direct these sailors and Ori is being the main person holding down the sails?
Does Ori need help, or do they got that?
Ori, roll me a strength check, please. Or no,
Yeah, I think
sorry,
that's fair.
athletics.
I
Athletics.
think athletics.
I'm sorry, I just gave you homework.
I don't know if I'd call it homework.
Oracle's not particularly athletic, so
I Ori is having issues Mal, you can see that this automaton across the deck is having issues holding the sail down, even with several sailors helping them. It seems like the wind is picking up really hard and is really trying to rip away the sail. It's almost as if the wind was sentient and purposely trying to do something like this.
Never trusted that wind. Malicious is just gonna fucking charge over there. And at first it probably looks like Malicious is like running over there to like beat some ass, but just runs up and grabs some ropes.
All right. Can I have you make a strength check now? Or sorry, an athletics check now.
to use Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, that was the last tabletop game I got a chance to play, and considering all the others kept getting canceled for several weeks.
What do you mean? There's always the Warhammer.
That's not a... That's
I
different.
know. Well, there's a Warhammer tabletop game, and there's a Warhammer Siege RPG.
Malicious, you're strong. You grab on to the sail, and you hold it down. Unfortunately for you, the wind is stronger. And you don't want to let go of the sail. So as the wind whips and keeps trying to dislodge the sail, one of the ropes breaks, and the sail does come dislodged. Not entirely, it's still attached. But now you're holding on to the edge of this, and you are currently being blown over the side of the ship. Please make me a strength saving throw.
This did not go the way I thought it.
Fortitude?
Or fortitude, yeah, sorry.
Secret?
Yes, please. No, actually, no. You'll know if you'll know if you hold on. Yeah, saves aren't secret.
Most rolls aren't secret.
I already rolled it though. for the listener, I rolled a 20.
So as Militia said, they rolled a 21 on their fortitude saving throw, which means that they managed to hold on to the sail. They are, the sail's still flapping and they're off the edge of the boat, but they're holding on. The rest of you see this happen and see this small, heavily bearded halfling flapping in the wind, holding on to this now broken sail.
Dastardly has to spring into action.
So will
Has
so
to-
will Sky. Sky will also
has-
immediately spring into action.
Has to save this halfling kite.
Hang on, brother. I've got a plan. So there's like loose lines around now.
Correct.
Flapping.
Correct.
I think
Danger.
I think the best thing to do here, and I don't mean the safest or the smartest, but the best thing to do, is to secure one of these lines to the rail of the ship, tie the end around my waist, and jump after Mal.
That's a stupid idea.
And that's why I'm doing it.
I don't know.
Please hang tight
I
there,
don't know.
brother.
I think Sky's gonna try and drag him back on first.
Please make me okay. Please make me an athletics check, and I'm going to say at advantage because you're jumping into the direction the wind is blowing.
Could it? Here's the thing. I'm trying to maneuver myself to basically catch Mal or land on him. Would that not be acrobatics? Maneuvering
It
forward?
would be yes. All right, so yeah, do acrobatics. Yes, my bad. Sorry.
Ah, you've fallen for it, you fool.
No, I know you have a better acrobatics.
Ooh.
Ooh. Dastardly, you leap from the railing with the grace of an Olympic diver, or the Pathfinder equivalent of the Olympics.
Still called the
You-
Olympics, weirdly enough.
Yeah, still called the Olympics, weirdly enough.
It's got an H though. It's the O Olympics.
Oh.
Legally distinct.
Oh.
Don't sue us.
Very legally distinct. In fact, they have a different amount of rings.
Yeah, they put an apostrophe in front of it too, like to make sure.
It's an Irish version.
We
The
really do not.
Olympics.
We really do not want to get sued by the Olympics committee.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
This
going
is
to
a legally distinct sporting event. The Olympics. Where we practice river dance and caber toss.
But anyway, with the grace of an Olympics diver, you jump from the railing. The harsh winds propelling you towards your brother, and you manage to hit him dead on, and you latch onto him. The rope still attached to the deck.
Pull us back in, Mal. Pull us back in.
You're telling Mal to pull you back in?
Of course, he's the strongest.
I see people in danger. I'm stronger. I'm gonna help you.
Well, if they both pull, that's twice the physics.
Both of you, please, roll me athletics checks, please. And by both of you, I mean Mal and Sky.
Yeah, I'm just the grappling hook in
What?
this scenario.
I thought you rolled a 1 for a second there.
I did too.
For reference, I don't think we said Dastardly got a 25 on their acrobatics, Sky got a 14 on their athletics, and then Malicious got a 21 on their athletics. So, Sky, you see this halfling jump off the boat and somehow make it over to where this other halfling is hanging from the sail. You jump into action. You run over and start pulling on the rope that is attached to the one that jumped over. Meanwhile, the other halfling that they jumped over to save starts pulling back on the rope on the other direction. And somehow... Wait, no, I'm stupid. I was going to do some stupid physics joke, but that wouldn't work. Basically, the two of you pulling together in tandem manages to get both of them back over safe and sound. It's at that moment when they both are back on the deck the rest of the sail rips off the main mast. The wind's just tearing it off entirely, ripping the cables. A bunch of cables fall to the ground on the deck. Some sailors get hit by them. You all are fine at this moment. This is when the captain re-enters the picture, yelling from atop the helm, his voice just barely being heard over the thundering storm. Aye, everyone get below decks! The storm is much worse than we believed! Everyone get below! It's not safe up here!
Das, you saved my life. I love you, brother.
I
And
love you too, brother. Bring it in.
While we're hugging, I look over to Sky, and you were awesome, blue guy.
Thanks. My name's Sky Blue Scales.
We're going below decks as this is happening, and Dastardly Bastard's just going to point out, by the way, we were already inside when we were called out, so I feel like I'm getting some mixed messages here.
You're not going to explain why you were inside or what you were doing?
I don't think that's important right now.
Ori.
That's not
We were
relevant.
safely inside, and now we were called out. My brother almost died, and I think there's a fat lawsuit coming the way of the waterlogged kobold.
Ori, do you go inside with everyone else after the captain
Yeah,
yells you?
the second the captain basically says retreat, Ori just drops and goes.
You all run inside or run down the steps onto the lower decks. The hatches leading to it being held open by a couple sailors. You all get in. Ori, you are the last one in, just because of the order everyone kind of talked about how they were doing things. With the captain following in shortly behind you, the two sailors close and lock the hatch as quickly as they can immediately after. The captain looks to everyone who is still present in this stairwell and says, I've never, in all my years, I have never seen a storm this strong appear out of nowhere like that. I did what I could. I dropped anchor to make sure we didn't get thrown too far off course. But it looks like we're going to have to just weather it out for a bit. No one is to go above deck.
That was a good
You
joke.
all... What?
Weather it out.
Yeah.
That wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke, laddie. That's just a turn of phrase.
I go for a high five with Sky.
I have no idea what that means. I don't know what I've never done that before.
It's an expression.
You have to
When-
take this seriously. Captain, clearly this kobold is talking nonsense.
When Sky said they don't have any idea, they were looking at the fucking halfling when they said that, because they have no idea what a high five is. No one has ever given them a high five before.
Malicious is like just standing there, like you are absolutely leaving him hanging.
Sky is just gonna wave back at you.
Malicious shrugs.
Look, we'll be fine. The storm, it may be strong, but the ship has weathered stronger before. We just need to stay below decks and stay dry and stay calm. I'm sure it'll pass by morning.
You said it sprung up out of nowhere weirdly, right?
Aye.
Well, not speaking from experience or anything, but is it magical to do that?
Do I look like I know anything about magic?
No, but I'm just familiar with things springing up out of nowhere because of magic.
Listen, son. I know
That's
two
oddly
things.
specific.
I know the robot makes a good point, but listen. There are three things I know in life. I know the sea. I know what good scotch tastes like.
That's true. I can confirm that.
He like shoots you a glance.
I go
And
for
I
a fist-
know.
I go for a fist bump with Dast.
And I
You
know.
Slam it and explode.
And I know that. I'm sorry, that little feller over there just really threw me off. I'm still kind of mad about them breaking into my alcohol stash.
Oh, they broke into your alcohol stash?
Perfectly reasonable explanation for it. But please continue. You were
You're lucky
explaining
I-
your
you're-
predicament.
You're lucky I don't throw you overboard. Regardless, just everyone stay calm. Passengers back to the passenger quarter. Crew, just check the cargo hold and the crew decks and make sure that there's no holes that poke through.
I
No,
don't
nothing
like those
happens.
Spiders getting out.
Oh, you know about the spiders?
Oh, I did say that.
Wow, you tipped our hand.
Look,
You didn't know we knew about the spiders until you had to run your big mouth.
That was my last bargaining chip.
I didn't say it.
look. Listen, I'll forget you were in my study if you just don't mention the spiders, okay? That's a personal gift for an old sailing buddy of mine, if you catch my drift.
Oh, an
Mal,
enemy.
do you understand what the hell do you understand what the hell he means?
People like spiders.
Enough to get a crate of them shipped?
I mean, I could eat them by the fistful, so.
And I think old sailing buddy might be a euphemism.
Look,
Mhm.
I did not look. Just, I'm going to try to make sure that the ship is still standing by morning. You all just go get some rest.
You'll have to
You
tell
just
me twice.
let me know if you need any help from me.
Thank you, little blue feller.
I am also willing to lend a hand.
You are going to stay far away from anything I have to deal with.
That's a little rude, but okay.
He seems pretty good at
You
pulling
you broke into my room and took from me and looked through my things. What am I
Technically,
supposed to
that was mostly
say?
my idea.
Also, are you? He's just completely tongue tied. He doesn't. This captain
If
is
you'll
not.
excuse
Is,
me, I'll be in my cabin.
this captain is not used to dealing with your bullshit. He's used to
You
having
are.
he's used to having the utmost respect, and you can tell just from how he's just unable to handle your brazenness at every situation.
Well, it's like they say, only the most flexible oaks survive the storm. The strong ones just break. And this storm has a name. Dastardly Bastard.
I walk over to Sky, go for like a handshake.
Oh, I've seen this one before. Sky will shake your hand, and it is quite firm and strong, but yours is too, it turns out.
It's like it's like the Predator handshake.
Yes! That's exactly what it's like.
Happening at
These are the
waist
two.
height.
Yeah, these are the two strongest party members. That's just what it looks like.
Fucking
this little roided out kobold and this little roided out halfling.
Whoa, what have you heard?
Those were completely natural. Thank you.
Natural supplements. They're basically an...
I've never heard of steroids before.
I did not introduce
Unlikely
myself.
story.
I did not introduce myself earlier. I am Malicious Bastard, and this is my most esteemed brother, Dastardly Bastard, the greatest man to ever live.
Oh, that's your family name?
Yes,
Cool.
we're the Bastard Brothers.
That's cool. My name's Sky Blue Scales.
Yeah, your name's badass.
Thanks.
we just stand there in silence?
We're just smiling.
They
Yeah,
just-
we're just smiling. We're all a bunch of fucking idiots.
They just stare at each other.
We're just smiling. Like this
Clown
Sky.
to clown.
You have to understand something about Sky. He's very clueless.
Ori, you see these two, and you were front row for what almost happened to Malicious. Would you like to step up and say anything, or are you just what would you like to do in the situation? I guess.
I think Ori is just going to step in after seeing like them just sort of staring at each other and just go. Hi, I'm Oracle. You can call me Ori.
Hi, Ori.
Hi.
And Oracle just like also just kind of like stiffens up and like doesn't know what to do. 'Cause
Oh my
Oracle's
god,
just a
they're all
fucking
awkward.
robot. Oracle's a fucking robot. Oracle doesn't know what to do.
Were you also out there helping? There's chaos.
I was trying to help hold the sails down, but clearly that didn't work very well.
Oh.
May I ask a very forward question?
Sure.
Are you made of metal?
Yes.
Wow.
That is
I'm-
cool.
That is cool.
I did not know people could be made of metal.
I was built by a clan of dwarves.
Oh, I've never known someone made of metal, but I was made of stuffing once.
Melissa's just kind of like that dog side eye.
Yeah, where they like tilt their head.
Yeah, just like a little bit, but it's like all in the eyes.
Such a
Yeah.
specific visual, but I know exactly what you mean.
I know exactly what you mean too. Yeah. So the three of you are standing there staring at each other. All of you are too awkward to break the silence and or do something. Apparently.
At this point, DB is gonna come see why Mal has been standing here for so long. Oh, you, the blue one. You helped rescue Mal, right?
Yeah.
Put her there, pal.
Handshake? I like handshakes.
Weird thing to say when you get a handshake, but
I haven't
good
gotten.
to meet you.
I haven't gotten that many of them in my life.
Dastardly bastard.
Oh yeah, you're the other bastard brother. He told me.
Mm-hmm. We're the notorious bastard brothers, infamous bastard brothers, beloved bastard brothers. Depends on the person.
Oh.
What brings you aboard?
Well, that's a long story.
Make a long story short.
Okay, I felt the call to adventure, and I had to make an agreement with my wife to make sure I come back every few months.
Wife.
Yeah,
You're married.
yeah,
You?
yeah. Is that weird?
Congratulations.
That's not weird, I just didn't expect it, I guess. Married. Wife.
Yeah.
You have a portrait?
No.
You have a picture of your wife, you're going away for months at a time, and you didn't take the time to have a cameo made so you could gaze longingly at it on your lonely sea voyage?
I carry a rose around. She made it.
There you go. That's exactly the kind of sappy, romantic bullshit I thought you'd say.
Real. This is not Oracle speaking. Is that just like an actual flower rose?
No.
Okay, never mind. Because I was about to have Ori butt in with, she made a flower?
Well, she does make flowers.
Stranger things have.
What?
She grows flowers. She has a garden.
Oh, okay, I see.
DB's gonna continue. You know what? You're a funny little guy. I like you. And Mal likes you. And you saved his life. Or helped. I really did most of the saving there, but who's keeping track? I am. Point is, you ever need anything? The Bastard Brothers owe you one. And you. I like that armor.
I'm
Looks
not wearing
expensive.
any armor.
This is my
You
skin.
naked? What, are you
I-
some kind of nudist?
we automatons do not typically wear clothes.
Okay, well that's fine in your little communes, but in a civilized society, people expect some pants.
I have no body parts that I need to hide.
Says you.
Mal looks down like an idiot when you say that.
Ori just looks extremely confused.
Listen, you were up there too. You're definitely not a sailor. You look like you'd rust in about a week.
No, I read people's futures.
Oh.
Ah, well, I'm also a practitioner. If you catch my drift. DB will finger his nose a little,
I'm not.
Yeah.
You can also see the future.
Oh yes, for sure. Haha. Wink.
Can I?
You and me both.
Can I?
Couple of fortune tellers.
Can I try and see? I know that he's not telling the truth, but can Ori like try to figure out if he's telling the truth?
Yes,
let me
please
ask.
roll. Please roll perception. Dastardly, please roll deception.
Dastardly's not lying. He just thinks Ori's also a scam artist.
Oh,
you literally
okay.
did say I can see the future.
This,
yeah, then he winked.
this entire back and forth, Sky is just looking between them, like, just completely clueless.
All right. In that case, Dastardly, if roll me a performance.
I'll automatically fail whatever this is.
Okay.
Or you should know that Dastardly is completely misinterpreting this situation.
Okay.
Now let me ask: is it a crystal ball thing, or you do the cards? See, I
Or-
like the cards myself. Crystal ball too expensive. Chips easy too.
Ori,
Read people's auras. I can. I'm not sure what
that's
you're
nice.
implying.
That's cheap. That's free. Basically, you just wave your hands around and say, "Ooh, your aura. It's angry today."
Ori, you know that he's completely full of shit.
Yeah, no. Ori looks deeply offended and says, I do not like what you are implying.
What am I implying? You see a cop around here?
You seem to not actually be able to tell the future.
Oh no, you and me both. Couple of fortune tellers, eh? Real
No, I
what do they
I
call
can actually see into people's
seers,
futures.
oracles. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, look, there's no one else around. You can drop the act.
I think they're
It's
telling
not
the
an
truth.
act.
I believe it. I'm weirder than that.
You can really tell the future, huh?
Yes.
How accurate are you?
Well, it does involve some level of interpretation. I mostly see.
Or more relevant question: have you ever heard of horse racing?
I don't
Can
believe
you
I
read
can.
the aura of a horse?
Well,
How about a jockey?
Ori is sort of like.
Oh my god.
You can see Ori's like sort of like thinking about it. Well, I guess I could.
Mal, we have a new friend. Put her there, pal.
Ori tentatively reaches out and shakes Dastardly's hand.
You and me, we're gonna get along great. I can already tell it. Normally, I don't care much for magic or machines, but you're one of the good ones.
Oh my god.
Ori looks very, very offended by that statement.
Hey, I was made by magic too.
Yeah, you mentioned
You're just a kobold.
you mentioned stuffing.
Well, I am a kobold. I used to be a toy.
What?
I just came alive one day.
What kind of toy?
Like a stuffed toy, like a plush.
Toys can do that?
What?
No, I don't think so.
That
I don't know. I don't know why it
did we
happened.
have
What the hell kind of ship did we get on now? Are we the only normal people here?
did we have cheap toys that didn't come to life as children?
I don't think we had any toys. I remember when you had that bottle cap
I-
with the arms on it.
Yeah, that was yeah.
I was never
Yeah,
a
Mr.
child.
Bottle Cap, big time.
I pull it out of my pocket.
They manufacture bottle caps in this era?
I
Don't overthink it.
I've been an adult my entire life.
Nolly, it's the Golarion equivalent of bottle caps.
You got a cork with some sticks screwed into it to make little arms and legs. Look, now, you're a plush toy. Do you have stuffing now?
No, I'm a kobold now.
Have you ever checked?
Well, I've never wanted to get cut open. I don't think I
Well,
will.
I'm just saying, have you ever checked if you're actually flesh or blood or if you're stuffed full of sawdust right now?
Well, yeah,
'Cause that's a big deal.
look. I got a scar on my arm. I got cut there right when I was came to life.
Ori
Bleed or did it
I bled.
Ori pokes Sky, trying to like
Huh.
determine if their like skin feels like normal, and gains nothing from this.
DB will join in on this and we'll
I bled. I made a
scale
sign.
it. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just a kobold now.
how exactly does one go from stuffed plush to flesh and blood kobold who is apparently married? Who are you married to? Another kobold or another plush toy?
No. She's
Is your wife alive?
Yeah, she's alive. She's an Absalom. We just left her behind. She's a lizard folk. She's like twice my height actually. She's an artist, a street artist. I helped her off the streets.
Damn, you got a tall
You
one.
have such a fascinating life story.
It was like 6 years ago.
Baffling to me.
I became a toy like 10 years ago. Wasn't
It's almost like someone wrote 28 pages about their life or something.
Shush.
I mean,
Shush. Stop being self-aware. God.
Jay, that
if
is
you hang a lampshade on one more thing, this whole bit will collapse.
that isn't fair. Nolly has written more since then.
That's true.
We
That's
can't-
true.
We can't, I mean, those are not. You can't talk about that right now.
yeah.
Now, hang on.
This-
Plush.
we
So-
can't talk about those in good company.
Let's get some stuff clear here. Stuffed toy.
Yep.
Robot. Fortune-telling robot.
Wait, not stuffed toy. I was stuffed toy.
Ex-stuffed toy.
Yeah.
Ex-stuffed toy. Fortune-telling robot. Bastard Brothers.
Yep.
The control group of this little experiment, I guess. Where the hell are we all going?
I don't know.
What's the... You're just gonna ride this ship until it's about to turn around and hop off?
Well, I was hoping to find someone in trouble so I could help them. That's kind of what I do.
I am.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I am. I know that I have to go to New Thassalon,
Oh,
but what exactly will happen there? I'm not 100% clear on.
So what, you got one of your woo-woo visions about it?
I was contacted by one of the person, not Ori. Herald, that's the word. I was contacted by one of the heralds of Arakura.
The who's of what?
The goddess Arakura?
Really? That's,
That is heavy stuff.
Mal, I think this might be defective.
is there something important in New Thassalon?
All I know was that I had to seek passage there. And you can see Ori's like sort of like trying to figure whether they should say why or not. And they say, well, I was told it was my destiny to seek passage to New Thassalon, to help save the world.
Wow, destiny.
And
That's big stuff.
along
Sorry. Cough.
and along the way, I would meet other people that would help me in doing this.
Oh.
And something is telling me that you may be those people.
Mal like socks DB like on the shoulder. Das, you hear that? We are going to save the world.
Whoa. Let's not get carried away here. Now, listen. I'm sure you're a very fine fortune teller. Totally sane, not at all suffering from any paranoid delusions or voices in your head. Nothing of the sort. I'm positive. But you are barking up the wrong tree if you expect me to put my life on the line to save the world off of some vision you got.
Well, why are you on this ship?
That is to say, we
are relocating.
Yes, exactly. We're moving. We got sick of Absalom. Grew up here our whole lives. Everybody we ever know lives there. Family, friends, loved ones, pets, ex-girlfriends, all that.
My wife
in
lives
Absalom.
there.
And you know what? We're sick of it. We're moving to New Thassalon, where it's cold and miserable and terrible all the time because we're just so sick of Absalom.
My wife
Don't read
also
into
lives
that
in
too
Absalom.
That seems odd.
What?
Well, you know, is it any more odd than going up there because some herald of a god told you were on a mission to save the world? To me, my excuse seems a lot more reasonable.
I mean, I'll be honest, everything seems reasonable to me.
Well, that's because until pretty damn recently, your head was filled with sawdust.
I think
No
it was just
offense.
cotton.
Same difference, kid. I'm sure you're a really nice, what are you, android, automaton, robot, clockwork, wind-up toy. But
I am not a toy.
let's...
No, that's me.
Alright, I'm getting things mixed up, clearly. I'm sure you're all very nice folks, but if you're gonna buy into all this nonsense, I'd rather get some sleep, dry out, and hope the captain doesn't decide to check how much of his stash we went through.
It was a lot.
Well, yeah, speaking of, Mal, how's our supplies of tobacco?
I don't know.
That's the one thing I ask you to keep track of. I'm going to bed. I'll see you all when this storm breaks, and we can go our separate ways without me getting wrapped up in any of your loony business.
I think we're going through it at an alarming rate. Just looking through my bag.
There's no such thing as smoking too much. It's perfectly healthy.
Sky just kind of looks at Ori and with his tail wagging says, "I'll help." Where you going?
Thank you.
I think we should help, DB.
As we're going back to the cabin, Your Essence. Well, look. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like the intro to a scam. All we've got to do to save the world is invest 5 gold. And then if we get 3 friends to invest 5 gold, do you see where this is going?
We don't have 3 friends.
No, and we don't have 5 gold either.
I have
The
some.
issue is, that is crazy talk from 2 crazy people.
Yeah, but
You're expect...
what if it's real? And we become big shot heroes?
That doesn't pay the bills, all right?
But what if it does?
Who does it? You know what a hero gets? They get a shallow grave, maybe a statue if they're really good, but they all end up dead.
Maybe we'll meet a king.
What is good as meeting a king if he's gonna recognize you? You know how hard it is to rob people when they know your face? We can't be internationally famous, and might I remind you we're trying to lay low for a bit? Stay under the radar?
I suppose you're right. I mean,
I'll be the first to say it. My plan had a few key critical details completely overlooked. But as it stands, if we just get up to New Thassalon, that savage, frigid, terrible frontier for a few months, maybe, lay low until the heat dies down, we swing back through Absalom, pick it up, and then you know where we're bound?
No.
Galmaray.
This is
Oh.
fucking Dutch Van der Linde.
Who?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, okay. I haven't played
Have
that
a
game.
little faith.
Have a little faith, Mal. We can't be
we're
getting
going to
involved in
Tahiti.
some... Even if this was legit, we can't go getting involved in some world-saving quest. And more than likely, it's some ramblings of a lunatic.
Well,
Let's just go to bed, sleep it off, wake up proper hungover on stolen booze, and hopefully we won't get killed in our sleep by those maniacs.
well, you know what I always say. You are always correct.
Yes, you do, and yes, I am.
Alright, you two go back to your cabin, which you specifically have two hammocks set up side by, like, not side by side, but so where the head of each hammock is kind of meeting together. Your cabin's a little different because the layer of the boat you're on tends to be single-person cabins, but since that's all you two could afford, you just convinced them and haggled in to get a second hammock in with you, essentially.
Plus, each of us takes up the space of half a person.
That's true. You could have just used one hammock, but you were really insistent on the second one.
You ever tried to sleep in a hammock with two people?
No, because I'm normal.
Yeah, it's not a fun time. Sleeping in a hammock with one person requires a little bit of skill. I happen to enjoy it, and I'm good at it, but it is not something I'd want to do when you have to deal with two people getting up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Makes sense, makes sense. On that note, after the bastards walk away, Ori, Sky, is there anything you two would like to discuss or anything you two would like to do before ending the night?
I think Ori will just say, "Thank you for believing me."
Well, I mean, I've seen weirder. I mean, I am weirder.
And I believe you.
Well, I mean, that's good, because I am. That was a toy. I don't know anything other than being honest.
I bid you good night. And Ori starts walking to their cabin.
Okay.
Do robots sleep?
Not really. It's sort of like recharging. It's
Oh.
going into a low power state to sort of recover.
That's cool.
You all, go to bed. The sound of the thundering storm outside pounding against the old wood of the boat, lulling you to sleep. And then, despite sleeping for, getting a long rest, despite the fact that none of you used any of your abilities, it feels like you've only been asleep for a few minutes as the sound of thunder outside wakes you up. And then the thunderous sound happens again, and the boat rocks. And then it happens again. And you begin to realize that's not thunder. Something's hitting the ship.
Uh-oh.
You hear screams and yells out in the common area between all the single-person cabins. All of you wake up and run out of your cabins to see what looks like a bunch of pirates, or at least men you've never seen before, attacking and killing the passengers around you. There's one particular pirate that has a kind of long fishhook style spear that is standing atop of one of the dining tables in this common area and is yelling out to the others. Find her! She has to be here somewhere!
Ori's
yes.
eyes light up and go, "Oh no."
The captain takes notice of you first because you spoke up. Or not the captain, sorry, but the more experienced looking pirate. Hey, you. You seen... You're going to tell me what I need to know, or you're going to end up like the rest of these pathetic passengers. You hear me?
I don't think I will, and I don't think you will.
Is that a threat?
Yes.
Sky sees a bunch of fucking petty thieves and pirates and is pissed off now. The little kobold is furious and has drawn his weapons.
Hey, boss! There's another one over here! Looks like we got some heroes here, boys. Look, we didn't stop the ship for nothing. We'll take care of them and then find the girl. And, Dastardly and Malicious, you all came stumbling out of your room as well. Do you have anything to say or anything you'd like to do upon this current scene that you're seeing?
Is it possible
Mm-hmm.
that Dastardly would sneak up to see what's going on rather than run?
Yes. Roll
Okay,
me a
that's just
sneak.
so I
Roll
can-
me a roll me a sneak thing.
That's just so I can roll stealth initiative.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to say in that case, Malicious is going to burst out of the door, and then while everyone is focused on Malicious, like, slamming the door open, Dastardly's going to do, like, a little sneak, like, slither out the side and go around one of the barrels to get, kind of into a more, like, advantageous position while everyone's focused on his brother.
That's my brother. The perfect distraction.
Alright. Yes?
Excuse me. Malicious normally has just a very, like, jolly looking face, but, like, right now, like, it's, like, stone. And, like, his, like, eyes are starting to twitch, and it looks like he's about to fucking snap.
What's your problem? What's your problem, Pipsqueak?
My problem is I'm going to suck your face off like a crawdad.
Don't offer me a good time now, Pipsqueak. If you can't live to back it up. And now let's all roll. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. This is better.
And yeah, it's fine. It's just Sky is also pissed off to the same extent, but is not saying anything.
Say let's all roll initiative now. Let me roll for the various pirates. Oh my god.
Oh, look at these
Oh
pathetic
my
little bitches.
Oh my god.
So
Slow
I have
ass motherfuckers.
I have an ability that triggers when I roll initiative.
Okay.
So whenever I roll initiative, I, as a free action, immediately enter a rage.
Oh hell yeah. Oh god, you're going first too. Oh god.
Oh, the bastard brothers are up first. We're gonna show you what we can do. Ooh,
Oh,
we're about to
boy.
make a name for ourselves.
Hell yeah. Alright. Okay. Malicious, you're up first. Malicious,
So
how would you like to start this combat?
when Malicious enters his rage, his eyes like bulge out in a really unnatural way, and his like throat like almost like inflates, because malicious bastard is an animal instinct barbarian with the frog ancestry.
That's awesome.
Epic.
And I'm going to target at a pirate, and I'm going to use sudden charge. I guess I don't need to use sudden charge. Actually, probably shouldn't. Because sudden charge lets me stride twice and then strike at the end. But this guy's not that far, so that actually probably a waste of an action.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just going to approach this dude. And
Okay.
I'm going to, like I said, try and suck his face off like a crawdad.
Okay. Yeah, that misses, unfortunately.
Then I'll just use my last action to try and do it again.
All right, hit with the multi-attack penalty. For the audio listeners, Zach rolled a 10. The AC is 15. And the second roll was a 16, which hits. Please roll damage.
Great. I put my mouth like unhinges, and I put his face in my mouth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you weren't fucking kidding.
I didn't realize Mal
Awful.
was so body horror focused.
So you said you put his head in your mouth, correct?
Yeah, and I'm fucking just chomping down on it. I rolled a 14 damage.
You chomp down. Hold on. How do I? Hey Wayne, real quick. How do I apply?
Click the token, click the damage.
Okay. Hold on. I'm currently selected on everyone. All right, there we go. So you chomp down, and you hear the bones in his neck crunch as you kill this man instantly with your jaws.
The first fucking turn, and I've already murdered someone. Yeah,
Hey,
what the
they're
fuck?
pirates.
Good start.
They're not
That's
real
good.
people.
The leader of this bunch of pirates looks over in horror and is like, "All right, lads, don't let that happen to you. Holy hell!" I don't even know how to respond to what just happened. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can say on that. So, Dastardly Bastard's up, DB.
That he is.
Alright. Stride here.
Okay.
Target the pirate. And we're going to use Dirty Trick. Dirty Trick is, I have a hand free, I'm within melee reach of an opponent, which I am. And I'm going to attempt to pull down his pants to trip him up. So I get to make a thievery check against reflex.
All right. So
That's a success.
holy hell.
Clumsy 1 until they
Okay.
use at the end of this round.
Oh, at the end of this round. Okay.
Clumsy
Wait,
1
Clumsy until the end of this round or at the end of this round?
ends automatically after one round, so it would be
Okay.
the start of my turn.
Okay.
Clumsy 1, they're also flat-footed to me because I have surprise attack. I rolled stealth for initiative.
Oh
And
hell.
he's an active.
Okay.
So he's off guard.
Off guard. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
It's also in the surprise attack thing. You just
Oh,
drag
okay.
him. Alright, so that's 2 actions for my last. I'll use multi-attack to try and stick him with the fork. This triggers my sneak attack and all that, which should be automatic.
Are you a improvised weapon fighter, or you just use a fork?
It's a filcher's fork.
Interesting.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to hero point that because that's really low. I rolled a 3.
It'll be worse.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh!
Oh,
What was that, Nolly?
Not for the fucking bastard!
Critical hit.
First nat 20 of the campaign. Let's go.
Stab that man in his fucking back. Oh my god.
All right, Wayne, describe how you do this, because I guarantee this kills.
I think it kills.
Inshallah, it kills, chat.
Dastardly Bastard runs up on this guy, yanks his pants down at the front. As he bends over to pick them up, he catches the Filcher's fork right to the forehead.
It pierces him right in the forehead, and the pirate just collapses. These guys were not as tough as you thought they would be, based on how many passengers they'd killed by the time you got out here.
And you know
Well,
what?
they also hadn't met the Bastard Brothers yet.
Hey, but that's the guy who was gonna go next, which means I get to go next.
Yay!
Oh yeah, I did that tactically.
Oh boy!
Do I end my turn or do you?
You end the turn.
Love that combat
Yeah.
started, and the two halflings just go and immediately murder people with no remorse.
We're
Small
the
people are
Bastard
dangerous.
Brothers. We're built different. Now listen, Nolly, I know it's a tough act to follow.
Sky, completely pissed off in his face, baring his teeth, is gonna storm up to the leader and clamber up onto the table to fight them on even ground.
Okay.
As even ground as you can get when you're 3 feet tall. Let me see if I do this correctly. I'm going to use double slice. It's not really a slice, but Sky takes a swing simultaneously with the Morningstar
Damn.
and with the Nightstick.
Were you targeting him when you swung those, by
Nope.
the way?
Nope, I was not. Oops.
Nolly.
Do I have to do it again?
No, you're fine. Their AC is...
I'm re-rolling that second one. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
Alright.
Unless
Wait.
it doesn't beat their AC, or it does.
I would say if you re-roll the second one, you have to re-roll both of them.
Really?
Just to keep it fair.
It's 2 strikes. It's 2 strikes with a hero point. I'm not reeling both strikes. I'm reeling the second one with my hero point.
Oh, then yeah, go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, that was so close to greatness.
So the Morningstar hits, you miss with the Nightstick. You swing in with the Morningstar, and you manage to catch him square in the side, but he is quick enough to move out of the way before you can hit him with the follow up.
Well, here's the first one. Here's the damage I get. You love to see the average damage rolls. It takes me back.
I know you said it
After
was...
That's a good point, Wayne. You did do like the most to debuff his AC and then hit him with a nat 20 regardless.
I know you said that it's a nightstick, but for some reason I'm just imagining like fucking Daredevil shit.
It's a short bat. This the closest. The Nightstick's the closest thing. It's quite literally just like a small bat.
All right, Ori, your turn.
It might be the Daredevil thing. Let me. I'll remember. Yeah, he uses a billy club. Is that what he uses? Yeah, it's essentially that. Yes.
Hey, Ori, you're up.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Okay. I am going to cast guidance.
Ooh.
But I'm going to ask. I'm going to spend one action to cast guidance. And then I'm going to. Let's see. Where am I? Here. I just need to make sure that yes, okay, cool. Yeah, the bounty hunter. You see Ori point their fingers out at the bounty hunter. Let me just fuck. I gotta roll or rotate this line. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh god, the lights.
Do I get rid of the fucking line? No, but just pretend that line's going towards. I don't think it crosses anyone. So,
Crosses the dead guy.
yeah, it crosses the dead guy.
Yeah.
And it's only. Yeah, it's only okay. They need to make a 16 fortitude save. While tendrils of darkness curl out of my fingertips and race through the air towards them. Grim tendrils. So
it used to be called Tendrils of Darkness.
All right. DC 16. They succeed.
damn. Well, they're
let's
gonna
see.
take half the void damage.
All right. You fire off these dark tendrils,
That's
and
yeah.
holy hell!
Beefy.
Half of max damage is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You throw out these dark tendrils, and they race through the air. And the pirate bounty hunter manages to deflect a number of them with his fishhook spear, but then two of them do cut through, like pierce directly through his right arm. Ah! Where'd you bastards come from?
What do you want?
I think
Rang.
I forgot we had the bastard brothers here.
We're going to exploit that so very often. You gotta get used to it.
I know. So oh, I guess, why is it a cutlass? It's supposed to be a, I don't know why it's listed as a cutlass. It's supposed to be a spear. Anyway, not the point. The bounty hunter pirate is going to turn to Sky Blue Scale. It's like, you think you're cute, don't ya? And then he's going to roll the strike with his melee weapon.
I'm not cute. I'm deadly.
And hits with a 22. And that's going to be, let's do damage. That's going to be 9 damage to Sky.
Ain't nothing I haven't had before. I'll take.
What's that take you down to?
14.
Oh god. Wait, it takes you down to 14? Oh wait, that's your initiative I'm looking at. Never mind, my bad.
Yeah, my HP is 23 currently.
Okay,
Maximum.
okay. He's then going to, because he's kind of pissed off and you're the nearest option to him, he's going to swing again
I can
for a
take it.
multi-attack penalty.
Oh, I can take it.
And he misses. He swings his spear, after hitting you the first time with the sharp point of it. He tries to swing the butt of the spear back around to hit you for a follow-up, but you anticipate it and block it, pushing it back.
Gonna have to be stronger than that to take me down.
It's at this point. Hold on. I'm trying to. Wow, despite being a higher level than all of y'all, this guy just does not have any options. That's annoying. He's going to roll for a third attack because he's just dealing with you. And he rolls worse than he did last time. And after trying to hit you, after you knocked away his spear, he tried for one final follow-up, twisting his spear above his head and trying to stab it down into you, but you dodge out of the way just in time, with him impaling the table and shattering a plate in the process. And that's the end of his turn. And now it's the other pirate's turn.
The last
Not the dead
surviving one.
Yes.
The last surviving pirate.
The last survivor. They're going to use their first action to... let's see. 1, 2,
Oh yeah, come
4.
come to me.
They're going
Yes,
to move up
please.
here. And they're going to start flanking Sky Blue Scale. Because I don't... Wait, hold on. Does a dead body count as tough or difficult terrain? Okay, then he is going to go after Malicious Bastard then. I've bullied Nolly enough today. This pirate is going to move to take the crate that he's holding and try to smash it into Malicious's forehead. He raises it above himself with both hands and just brings it down with as much force as he can. And that was almost a 19. He rolled a critical miss. He does this, and Malicious just kind of sidesteps it like a Looney Tune, and the box just smashes against the ground, and a bunch of spiders start pouring out of it.
Oh no, the spiders!
Why was this box full of spiders?
Why was it there?
He's then going to, he's then going to try to hit you with his fist just to see if he can after the spider distraction.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
I am rolling like hot garbage. That's 2 critical misses in a row. Holy hell.
That's and they just can't handle Malicious's hype moments and aura.
God damn.
Handle the bastard style.
No, not that. Anyway, speaking of the bastard style, Malicious, it's your turn again because this guy is incompetent as shit.
So,
Wow, bastardize this bitch.
Malicious's face is just covered with blood. Like, there's blood in his beard, and his mouth is just bloody. And his tongue, which is hanging out of his mouth, like fucking, like, Taz, and it's just way too long, and also, believe it or not, covered in blood.
Well, you did suck the life out of that guy.
Yeah.
And yes,
that
I
happens to me on
intentionally phrased it
Saturdays.
that way.
And so did Bastard. He did it too.
As frog ancestry, I get that bite attack, which I'm gonna just do that again. But I also have a tongue attack, which does less damage and is agile. But big boy gotta eat. Okay.
So you're going to do it again?
Yep.
That hits.
Got a
Roll
17.
damage.
17. 12 damage.
Describe how you want to do this, or do you want to just bite off his head in the same exact way as the first
yeah,
one?
I just do the exact same thing I did before.
Strong, extremely powerful aura.
And I,
Damn,
Holy hell!
Even Sky's looking at you like, what the hell?
I love how the fact that all these people are taller than you. So imagine you having to jump up to do this.
yeah,
It's so fitting though for the frog man.
That is, yeah.
yeah, I'm like springing off like with a weird like hop.
What do you mean you have frog ancestry?
I'm an animal instinct barbarian.
He's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say you were
Sorry,
an animal
I meant to say
influencer.
he's got that frog in him.
And then I'll use my last action to. Oops, I need to switch tool. To
You
move.
should have.
Oh wait.
Sorry, yeah, you have 2 more, right?
Oh yeah, I only attacked once for some
So
reason.
you can move smack the bounty hunter
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
or snack, depending on how well you roll.
Is tonight bad pun night?
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be every
night
night.
is bad pun night.
That's true.
anytime.
That's true.
What do you mean? You're in a party with someone named Sky Blue Scales because their scales are sky blue.
You attempt to bite this guy in the same way you did 2 of his friends, but he's seen you do this twice now. He's prepared. He grabs a wooden spoon off the table and sticks it in your mouth like you would a crocodile before you have a chance to crunch down on him. And despite your insane jaw strength, somehow this works. You're just so surprised by it that you're unable that you have to stop and get it out of your mouth for a second.
Also before Wayne goes, I realized that Wayne's crit sneak attack was literally enough health that it would have fucking taken me down to 0 exactly.
Your backs. Watch your backs.
How much damage was it?
I fail and attempt to tumble through.
It was 23 damage.
Wait, what are you trying? Oh, you're trying to tumble through him. Okay.
Damn,
I fail and attempt to tumble through.
that would have been enough to kill me too.
All right.
I'll instead faint versus deception versus
Okay.
his perception.
Let's see.
That's a success off
Oh,
guard
shit, you
against the
got
next
it.
melee attack I make.
Let me apply that to him. Hold on. There we go.
And then I'll stab him with a fork.
Gotta make sure he's cooked fully.
Ooh.
Too low.
What is
Nothing on that.
what does your fork look like?
A filter's fork kind of looks like a big carving fork. And it's just it is literally, it just looks like a long two-pronged fork, and you stab people with it.
But also
And
can
cook with it.
can cook with
It is still very much a fork.
You do your tumble. You try to roll on top of the table in like a really fancy show-offy way, and lunge out of that roll with a stab of your your filter's fork. The pirate bounty hunter is ready for this though, and deflects it, knocking you on your ass and in sending several bowls of food off the table as you crash back into them.
Oh, there's nothing worse than wasting food, I say, as several dead civilians lie on the floor.
All right, is that the end of your turn, Dastardly?
It is.
All right, Sky, you're up.
Sky is back again.
Oh, we got this motherfucker flanked.
Uh-huh, you sure do. I think that helps me a bit.
An Eiffel Tower, this pirate.
We have the same... We're gonna do the same thing, because I am a two-weapon fighting character.
We are level 1. You have nothing that you can do besides this.
I have 5 cantrips.
Here's the first strike.
I saw that. That was crazy.
Here's the second strike.
Oh my god.
Cool, I'm gonna roll damage for them both. Here's the first one.
The way that rolled. Holy
And
shit.
here's the second one.
No, I got a 21 on the first one and a crit on the second.
Yeah. So
I don't miss twice.
how would you do this, Nolly? Because he's still alive, but how would you hit him?
Oh, well, he managed to dodge the strike the first time, so, this time, Sky would simply, go for an overhead attack while he's distracted from Dastard and hit him square on with both weapons.
Ugh! He starts coughing up blood, ruining that perfectly good roasted chicken on the middle of the table that was left there from the meals that were getting prepared the night before. He's still holding on, but he's bloody and he is very near death.
Well, funny you say that.
I have a third attack. It might hit. It has bad multiple attack
Wait,
penalty.
why?
Wait, it's Oracle's turn though.
No, I have 3 actions. I haven't done my third action yet.
Wait, then why did the turn move?
I don't know. I didn't touch that.
Somebody got excited.
And I hit.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
Man, I wanted to use Phase Bolt.
I hit with my nightstick again.
And how would you like to do this, Mr. Blue Scale?
Well, the overhead attack sends him down, and from that momentum, Sky just hits him right back up with the nightstick. Send him flying.
And with that, he flies and lands on the other table in the dining hall with a sickening crunch as his neck snaps upon hitting the ground again.
Petty
Congrats.
thieves and murderers. Good riddance.
It's going to be really funny for anyone who watches the video version of this, because they're just going to see the word threat severe in the top of the encounter tracker. Considering how this went, it was nowhere near that.
It was theoretically severe.
Threat none.
Mathematically, it should have been.
But unfortunately, I hit these.
Holy
Fortunately for
hell.
them, the motherfucking Bastard brothers were here.
Let's fucking go.
That was the max multiple attack penalty. You assign the multiple attack penalty after doing double slice, like normal. So the third hit is at -8.
Yes.
But I still hit it +1 on -8, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and you also rolled a 17.
Yeah, it was awesome. I hit those.
So-
Bastard brothers have to dap each other up after that. First off.
You're still on top.
Good work, Mal. Actually, hang on. You're just covered in blood, like the whole front of you. Go wash up, then we'll dap.
That is probably a good idea, I say as my throat, like, deflates and my eyes stop bulging.
We probably should have left one of them alive.
Oh. Maybe.
That does sound like it was... Yeah.
That doesn't sound like you washing your face, Mal. Make sure to get behind your ears.
I mean, I was just protecting people.
Malicious just kind of sadly slinks away to find some more.
Well, that's an admirable thing, I suppose, and frankly, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have been spared if they'd started killing more passengers, so it's a win-win-win. The question is, what were they after? They mentioned something about a girl, didn't they?
I think I know exactly who they're talking about.
I mean, I know a lot of girls, but not
Another vision?
girls.
No, I met her.
Oh?
Or it's like, yeah, they were trying to hide their face, but I saw through it, and they asked me about their future. I gave them a reading. It wasn't, I have to say, it wasn't my best. It was difficult to discern. But I did predict that they would be okay in the long run.
Well, they clearly didn't find her, so
Exactly.
she's probably fine.
I think that
As-
we should probably go find her just in case.
As you both agree that she's probably fine, the boat rocks as another, what sounds and feels like another cannonball hits it.
Oh, right, the pirates. I gotta see what's going on above deck.
All right. Would anyone else like? Is there anything anyone would like to do before, or are they going to follow Sky? I should just assume that. My bad.
I think we should follow.
Yeah.
Al, scratch washing your face. I think we're gonna get a little dirty before things are done tonight.
Gonna have to clean my shirt.
New shirt might be time.
You all start running up the stairwell up to the top deck, but when you reach the crew deck, a floor above you, something suddenly stops feeling right. The sound of the cannons stops. Everything feels unnaturally still. And then the boat starts to fall. Not sink, but fall. Can everyone roll me a reflex check, please? Or saving throw, sorry.
What the hell is happening?
A reflex save? That's not good.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Oh, damn.
That's a 4.
I got a 17 total.
Me too.
Hey.
13.
Alright, we're going to switch back over to the landing page.
You would think Oracle would be the worst at reflex out of us, but
I am
Hey.
a robot.
crit. Yeah.
So as things begin to fall, Oracle, you brace yourself against the stairs railing. Sky, you crouch down and hold on to the stairs for dear life. Malicious, who hadn't quite reached the second flight of stairs and was just walking through the crew quarters to get to the stairs, or not through it, but you were on the landing. You grab onto a little table that is bolted to the floor and hold yourself. Dastardly, you weren't quite prepared for this. And as the boat falls, you slam upwards into the ceiling and then fall back down.
Oh, we're falling.
Yeah.
And as you, sorry, no, you slam up into the ceiling, and then you all feel a crash as the boat hits something. At this point, Dastardly, you kind of peel off the ceiling and then fall to the ground once again like a Looney Tunes character. Can you take 10 damage for me real quick?
Damn.
10 damage. I'm on 5 HP. What are you talking about?
Look, do you want me to use the real fall damage rules? Because you would be dead if
No,
it.
I don't.
What are you, me?
What have I ever done to you?
He's just a little guy.
It's his birthday. You can't do this to him.
You wouldn't let me fall to my death on my birthday, would you?
Sky could catch him.
You all
I could catch him.
You all try to get your bearings, not sure what just happened. You still hear the rain and the thunder outside, which for a second hadn't been there. The floor is yours.
Well, I'm just gonna scamper up to the boat deck because now I'm even more curious about what happened.
I'm running over to DB. I assume that you were at 5 before you took the damage?
No, I was at 15.
Okay.
I'm down to 5.
Okay. Then actually I'm not going to run over. I'm not going to run over to you. Fuck you.
So
Malicious.
behind the curtain. Sorry.
Just Malicious runs over to Dastardly and is like cradling him. He's like, Dast, are you all right?
Oh, I don't know how to make it. Quick, carry me. Let's go.
I carry him.
So just for meta knowledge, behind the curtain, the boat fell 150 feet.
Oh, that's great.
That's instant death.
That's why I didn't use the fall damage rules.
Okay.
Good to know.
I figured that was important because Wade was complaining about the 10 damage. I wanted to know how bad it could have been if you failed.
You somehow actually managed to injure Wayne the man.
I am not hurt. Dastardly Bastard is in agony, and I feel every barb you sling against him, you swine.
Sky, you burst onto the top deck with Ori falling close behind, Malicious carrying Dastardly, bringing up the rear. The storm is still going. The winds are howling. The rain is pelting the deck like bullets. And you look around and you realize that once were in the middle of an inland ocean, you now are firmly crashed against the shore. When you had been pacing the decks the past several days, the shore was only a distant horizon at best. And yet, here you are. Can all of you roll me a perception check real quick, please?
This is a bit beyond my ability to understand, but it's weird. I know weird things when I see them.
You know what? I'm not going to comment on that one.
Yeah, I mean, Dastardly's still trying to regain his breath, so he really wants to say something.
As you're trying to figure out how you could have gotten here from where you guys had laid anchor, you all suddenly start hearing shouting coming from the beach. And you look over, and you see someone being surrounded by 3 more pirates. At least 24 bodies of both pirates and former crew members are laying across the beach, or like strewn across the beach. Ori, you recognize the person that is slowly being encroached upon by 3 pirates. It's the same woman that you read the fortune of earlier that day.
I'm going to say, that's her, and I'm gonna start sprinting towards her.
My help instincts are kicking in.
That's her, officer.
I can scamper to move faster, damn it.
Do you have an ability called Scamper?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, kobolds get that. I remember
It's an
that.
ancestry feat.
It's awesome.
It's so funny.
The best one is cringe, though.
Yeah, I like cringe. It's
That
really
is
funny.
a really
the
good
greatest
one.
ancestry feat.
It just didn't fit me.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should,
Sky's not cringe.
Sky is not cringe.
Sky's not pitiful. He's hardly a kobold, honestly.
Malicious, Dastardly, are you all going to follow up as well?
I suppose
Alright.
we should.
I mean, Dastardly doesn't really have
I don't.
a
Yeah, I don't have a choice. I've been carried.
As the three of you that can move are approaching
So dramatic.
are approaching this altercation, you start to be able to hear the woman yelling. Trust me, I'm telling you the truth. You have the wrong girl, okay? It's not me. I don't know why you're so insistent on this. It's not me. Quiet, you. We know it was you. We saw you blast our friends like it was nothing. We're going to take you back, and you are going to make us our fortune. I'm telling you, you have the wrong girl. Just leave me alone, please.
Kill. I will kill them.
Al, sit me down. Sit me down.
I put him down.
Hey, you. Get away from the girl.
All three of the pirates, turn around. What?
DB
Someone
with
else
Al
survived the
and Mal?
Someone else... What are you all... What? And before anything can happen, the woman springs into action and shoves both of her arms out to her side and fires off 2 blasts of ice into the 2 pirates on either side of her, encasing their heads, and as they fall, their heads shatter against the rocky shore.
Holy.
The main guy turns back around and is like, "What the?" And she holds up her hand with 2 fingers touching his forehead. I told you. You have the wrong girl. And then she does the same thing to him. Freezes his head
my.
and pushes him over so he shatters against the rocks.
Damn.
Oh.
Holy shit.
She...
Snowgrave?
Wash my.
Deltarune
Oh.
Chapter 2?
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Snowgrave from Deltarune Chapter 2?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
It's
That's a
fatal.
spoiler.
It's
That's
fatal.
a spoiler.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't-
worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what that is.
You're gonna get us hate mail.
Do not worry about it.
I love hate mail.
After you
Yeah,
you
do love
see
hate
this,
mails.
damn.
Not wrong.
After the third pirate perishes in the cold, frozen embrace, the woman falls to her knees. Steam is coming off her,
Oh.
and you can't see her face still, but she looks exhausted from her body language.
Sky is still scampering on all fours and is gonna run up to her and ask her if she's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. You were on the boat, right?
Yeah.
Please tell me everyone survived the misfire?
Misfire?
I was trying to. I'm gonna be honest. I tried to get myself out of there as soon as it became clear that the crew weren't going to be able to fight off those pirates that had been following us. I don't know how much you checked the deck, but that ship that had been following behind us the past few days apparently was just waiting for an opportunity. They worked for an old associate of mine. It's how they were able to cause that storm.
Oh,
I
I knew the storm
tried-
was magic.
yeah. I tried getting myself out of there, but ever since the God's Reign a few months ago, my abilities haven't been what they used to be. The entire ship kind of went with me.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Doesn't get it at all.
Malicious leans over to Dastardly.
Clueless.
Magic is weird.
It's for suckers, is what it is.
Sky, internally, magic is weird.
Listen, I would say I appreciate the help, but I kind of had that under control.
Oh yeah, what you did was cool. Horrifying, but cool.
It's nothing. Listen, I'm a little tapped out at the moment. Believe it or not, accidentally teleporting an entire ship when you're trying to just move yourself takes a little bit out of you, and doing all that pushed me just a bit further. At least until the storm is clear and we know that the captain of their ship is gone. Can I ask y'all for some help?
Yeah, I'd gladly help.
Absolutely. And I want you to know, we're helping because we care, not because we're worried you'll freeze our heads and kill us.
I'm helping because I care.
Trust me, I probably couldn't do that again for a while if I wanted to.
Noted.
Oh dang, that was really cool though.
Are you trying to make a pun there, or is that just...
No? I just think it's
Okay.
cool.
Right, okay. Yeah. Listen, how about this? You all seem pretty strong. How about, until I'm back on my feet, we can't really... I know I just said we should stay here, but thinking about it, we don't really know where we are. We probably should try to find shelter.
Agreed. Now, let's get you some rest and talk about things when you're in a bit better way. Mal, carry the lady.
Should also probably see who else survived, come to think of it.
Malicious walks over and like holds out his like arms, like just expecting her to like hop up.
Here, my legs aren't really working right now.
I can carry you.
No, noted. I just like fucking like brattle style, like just pick her up.
Oh, I'm strong. I can do that too.
You are a very strong halfling.
I could have done that.
He's the best. And let me tell you, Mal's only dropped me a couple times. He's gotten very good at it.
Noted.
I smile wide, like that was like a huge compliment.
Well, if you've got her carried, I guess I'll just
He's
run
also
ahead
just
and
drenched in blood still.
Yeah.
if you'd rather be carried by someone not covered in blood, I'm strong too. Sky looks like
It's
Sky.
too
Sky,
late. The stains are already set. Off we go.
Sky just looks disappointed he didn't get to show off how strong he is. He's really proud of it.
Listen,
You have a wife. You should be carrying. You should be saving those carrying muscles for her. Damn it.
I do.
listen, Blue One, I don't really know your name.
Sky Blue.
Oh, I was close. Cool. Would you believe me if I said being carried by a halfling covered in blood probably isn't even the weirdest thing that's happened to me this past 6 months?
Yeah, I mean, I was a toy once.
I can believe that.
Good. Not many people do.
Um,
That's honestly great to hear.
so you're Sky Blue Scale.
Yeah.
Who are the rest of you?
Well, you met me yesterday. I don't think that
Right.
we ever exchanged names, but my name is Ori.
Right. Ori.
I'm Dastardly Bastard, and this is.
I lean down and put my face way too close to your face. I am Malicious Bastard.
My God. What a guy.
Is that like a? Are those like stage names? Are
What do you mean?
performers?
I don't understand.
Well, actually, I am a bit of a dab hand at the concertina.
Right.
We're a bit weird, honestly.
Good to know. Man, I, I don't know. I really think we should check the boat because we need to make sure someone survived. All the crew was already dead by the time I tried teleporting out. I don't know if anyone below decks made it.
We'll have to double check. Hopefully someone did.
Um, Listen, I it's up to you all, but I would say the faster we can get away from this beach, the better. Um, there's no telling. Uh, I don't really know if all of you are strong enough to fight. Uh, the leader of that band of pirates that have been after me.
Hmm. I don't feel good about leaving anyone behind.
That's a good point.
You can go on ahead with the others. I'll just go quickly check. I'm pretty fast.
Okay. Um, if that's fine with the rest of you, I wouldn't want to intrude more than I already have by getting you in the situation in the first place.
I will also help with checking for survivors. The bastard brothers. You can care for her, correct?
Well, Mal, how's your medical knowledge holding up?
I it I I have I have none.
I'm trained in medicine. She's kind of just needs rest. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
At this point, she like shakily raises up her like hands and pulls the hood off for the first time. And Ori, you'd already seen her face, but you hadn't really seen the full extent of her. She is a dark orange Cambion with snow white hair and horns that are as blue as ice. She kind of shakes her head a bit to get her hair out of her face. Uh, yeah, I think the little blue one is right. I just need some rest. It's not really a. I'm not really hurt.
I know lots of things about helping people. I think he gives a thumbs up.
uh, so Ori, Sky, would you guys like to go check the boat?
I would like to scamper to the boat.
Uh,
And I am
I'm
following closely
going-
behind.
Roll me perception checks, both of you.
Okay.
Ori, you scan the bodies that fell off of the ship when it crashed and are now littering the beach. You see that, for the most part, the bodies of the crew members were. They look, despite being battered from the fall, a lot of them have grievous weapon wounds that would have most likely killed any normal person. And you check through these, and unfortunately, you can't seem to find any living being, either pirate or crew member. The crew members seem to have died either from frost, from what looks like more frost and ice magic, or from the fall. Uh, Sky, however, you make it back to the ship, and you the first thing you notice is the body of the captain leaning sideways in the overturned door frame leading to his uh what's it called? Not his
His
the captain's quarters. Thank you. Leading to the captain's quarters. You see him riddled with weapons. Just a bunch of daggers, swords, axes, and even a spear sticking out of him. But behind him, he is making sure that even in death, and even with the ship turned to the side, he is blocking that door. Uh, Despite the ship being, lopsided and everything, you can see a number of bodies of pirates that had fallen around him, and more so that had fallen against the railing of the boat from where they had probably died facing the captain. Whatever's in that captain's quarter, the captain did everything he could to defend it.
I think it's more than booze for some reason. Sky's gonna walk up to the captain and check. Are his eyes open right now?
Yes, his eyes are glassy. There is nothing behind them, but they are open and staring towards the sky.
Well, a little sad and grim face, the expression on his face, Sky's gonna close the captain's eyes and proceed to the cabin. Sorry, something flew in front of me.
All good.
Sorry, that was my homunculus.
The homunculus. You open.
What the fuck was that? Something ran across the screen. Like what?
You push open the door, and inside you see a bunch of cowering passengers. Several of them banged up and looking and bleeding, or looking like they have a concussion from when the boat fell. But there's a number of them in there that are alive.
Oh, thank goodness.
Who are you? What happened? Is the fighting done? Are the pirates gone?
Yeah, all the pirates are gone. We crashed ashore. It turns out the captain fought to defend all of you. It seems. I'm one of the passengers, by the way, as well. I was out there fighting.
You said we crashed against the shore?
Yeah, it's a long story.
Where are we?
I don't know. I'll be so honest. But there might be more pirates on the way. Can all of you walk? Do any of you need treatment for anything?
I think we're all good. My husband might need a something for his head. He hit it pretty hard, but he can move. He's okay.
Can I cast Soothe on him?
Yes. Cool. Wow. Thank you. I feel better. Thank you.
No problem. I only seek to help.
Hey, me too.
Thank you. You two then proceed to help unload the passengers and get them down onto the beach. Malicious and Dastardly, what have you two been up to during this?
Well, Mal, you're the doctor.
I actually have a +1 in medicine.
Am I the only one trained in medicine? I remember I specifically chose to do that.
I'm trained in medicine, but
I see.
We'll focus on making our guest.
You're a catty bitch. I see. Yeah.
That is so true. Look, we'll focus on making our guest comfortable.
I have a goddamn
getting her off the beach, and once she's settled in, Dastardly is gonna clear his throat. Now, forgive me if this is the wrong time or a personal question, but the pirates did mention a fortune.
Oh, is that what they're offering now?
Well, they just mentioned that they were going to use you to make their fortune, and you seem to say that this is a case of mistaken identity. I'm just curious what
yeah.
specifically they're referring to.
Well, see, that changes things a little bit. I thought it was because their captain, Ulfgard the Storm Ruler, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he and I kind of go way back, not in a good way. I'm just gonna say I caused his divorce and leave it at that. No, if there's a money incentive, I'm not sure. See, I mean, okay, let me back up a bit. I was under the impression that our good buddy Ulthard, well, my good buddy, I should say, was after me for personal reasons, and that his new lackeys that I'd never met before probably could have just, been convinced that they had found the wrong orange Canbian. It's not, not super easy to trick idiots into thinking that, they might have just found the wrong person. But if they were talking about that's very true. That's very true. But if they're talking about a fortune, that can be. I don't really know what that could be. Honestly, there's a number of things that could be tied to.
Right, but you're not. I mean, there could be potentially a reward.
Oh my god.
Look,
bounty even.
Look,
clown.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Wait, hang on. I'm just
whatever any of them could offer you, I could triple.
Oh, that's not what I expected her to say at all.
Well, interesting. Now, again, I don't want to seem mercenary. Really, I don't. But, you see, my brother and I, good Samaritans that we are, driven from our home unfairly, unjustly, and without cause, well, we are in a bit of a way when it comes to finances. So, if we could just get some assurance that, we'll be compensated for our assistance here, that would be more than enough to earn our undying loyalty, wouldn't you say so?
How about
Undying.
This? She kind of looks at you both skeptically, not really sure what to make of this. How about this?
I don't want to alarm you, but that Oracle there has been saying some pretty worrying things. I wouldn't trust her, not entirely.
The fortune teller?
All I'm saying is they were rambling on about a mission from God, and that's always a red flag. You cross the street when people say that kind of thing. So, just saying, might be good to have the Bastard brothers in your corner.
I mean, look, after the past few months, you could tell me that one of the gods themselves was here on this beach, and I'd probably believe you. I mean, what, with Gorum dying and everything, it's...
Mal, you're a...
Melissa just, turns around and looks out a window.
What window? You're on a hill above a rocky beach. What window?
Oh, I thought we were back in the boat.
He's imagining. It's in his mind. It's his mind's window.
Mal, there's no gods on the beach. The point is, we just want some assurances that you have our best interests at heart, and that will keep your best interests at our heart.
Look, how about this?
I'm gonna hate you guys.
Look, how about this? If you're serious about the whole I don't need a lifelong kind of deal. I could, but I don't need it. But what I'm going to say is this. The entire reason I was traveling on this boat in the first place is I needed to get up north because my father went missing up there. You, how about I give you each 50 gold now, and when we get up to the crown of the world and find my father, you can have all the riches you desire. Because, you see, if I can't even do basic magic without getting this exhausted, I'm gonna need help.
Uh, Let me confer with my associate here, Mal.
Yep.
So, we're absolutely taking that money, right?
Oh, of course.
I mean, there's no.
Never offer to pay someone when someone's willing to work pro bono right next to them.
Well, there's no. I mean, there's no.
You're not part of this
reason not
conversation. Get back in the box.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. They're on a time limit.
to. I'm thinking. Sky and Ori might show up midway through our discussion here. Now, listen. There's no reason not to take the money, right? I mean, it's just fair pay for fair work, right?
What you're saying makes sense.
Perfect sense. Most natural thing in the world, isn't it? Being paid as a bodyguard, guide, nurse. I mean, it'd be insulting to turn down the payment, in fact. Right?
Yeah.
Blue scale. I almost said blue sky. Blue scale and Ori reach you all at this point.
Let's put a pin in this. Ah, friends.
Ah, crap! The cops are here.
How goes the rescue mission?
Thanks to the valiant efforts of the captain, these passengers managed to survive. Actually,
Great man.
he didn't make it though.
Tragic. He was a man of taste, I'll say that.
Oh yeah, 'cause you guys took all of his booze.
Couldn't
I
even
forgot about that for a
selection.
second.
couldn't even fucking die drunk because of you fucks.
Well,
Unbelievable.
if anything, his sobriety may have contributed to his ability to hold out. Perhaps he should be thanking us. Well, I mean, he's still dead, but how many survivors you think?
It would be about 20, I'd say.
20 survivors, our patron here, and ourselves stranded who knows where.
Yeah, where are we anyway?
Is there anything we can use to try and determine that?
All of you roll me a nature check.
No, I'm not very good at that.
Secret?
Yes.
I'll do my best.
Let me see here. I wrote down the DC for this. Give me 1 second. Bastard Bros, you
Yeah.
have no idea where you are. You have absolutely no idea. Ori, you recognize this area a bit, not based on the actual geography, but just based on where you knew the boat to be on your guys' journeys. You can tell that you are on the southern border of Cheliax. Sky, you know for a fact that you were extremely close to the choke point between the two continents that opens up to the Arcadian Ocean. You were only a few days away, and you have landed on the peninsula near the town of West Crown.
Wow, how the hell did I know all that?
You've adventured. You've
Yeah.
traveled a long way.
Yeah.
You also rolled really well.
Cool.
You've looked at a map before.
I have indeed.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of things once. Exactly once.
So I'm just, for sake of time, would you like to just
Yeah,
say
we'll
you,
relay
you
that-
relay? Yeah, you relay that to everyone else.
Yep. Absolutely.
Cheliax, eh? That's not very good.
Well, I've heard that much about it.
You're.
Oh, hang
Yeah.
on. It's doubly not very good for, halflings.
Well, don't worry, I'll keep you safe. Giving a thumbs up.
I'm sure you will. Question is there anywhere safe to take a bunch of our errant co-passengers, fellow travelers, and our patron here, that we won't be in certain hot water? I
Are
mean, I
you talking
suppose-
loud enough for her to hear now?
Yeah, I suppose we'd be having this discussion near the patron.
I unfortunately know my way around here a bit. There's a couple places we can go. If the kobold is right and we are near West Crown, we can head up back east that way and get them all there, and then maybe take another boat from there. The other options we would have would try to go up north through the forests, and maybe just hit the Barrowwood and try to avoid civilization for a bit until we make it to Ravenel. Or we can just keep going west until we hit the port city at the edge of the at the edge of the continent.
Neither
are very promising. Sounds like a lot of walking.
Better than nothing. I like walking. Walking is great for you. Great way to see things.
Oh yes, it's excellent exercise as you walk your feet down into nubs.
I mean, this hasn't happened to me yet.
Well, I have to imagine it's because of the scales. Me, if I walk for a day straight, I think my legs will fall off. Only one way to find out, though.
It's
right.
really-
You don't wear
really-
any shoes.
It's really up to you all. I'm not really in a state to move. I do think that heading towards West Crown may be a bad idea just because I know some of the nobles in that town are kind of assholes. But
it's closer, isn't it?
yeah, we just might have to be careful.
Closer doesn't necessarily mean safer.
Right, but 20, no offense to anybody who might be listening, 20 random civilians of little use to anybody in a fight marching across Cheliax is a surefire way to end up in even more trouble.
That is a good point.
We go to West Crown, get another ship, we're back on the waves in no time. And we're far, far away from the inner sea.
I mean, do we have to take the survivors with us?
I mean, we're not
I
gonna
mean-
leave them.
I mean, we're close enough. We can just point them in the right direction. They should be fine to make it in like a day or two.
I'm not
A
gonna
day
leave.
or two in wild country with no food. Give me, but that seems a little...
Fine,
I ain't gonna
fine.
leave them behind.
Yeah, I think we should bring them.
Talking
fine.
about them like they aren't even here.
I mean, they are down on the beach. You kind of all just came up here, and they're all just kind of looking through.
They don't even have They don't have a say in this. We're deciding how much we're gonna help them.
What?
And I think we've all voted, Ori. Escort them to the city? Yay or nay?
Are you volunteering me?
No, I think he's asking for your opinion.
I'm asking if you would support this.
I think that we should escort them.
Absolutely.
All right. That works. The kobold, blue scale, I think, seems to have a pretty good lay of the land, but I can help give directions as well.
You can just call me Sky.
Okay. Uh, oh yeah, I never told you all my name, did I? Um, I'm. My name is my name's Rosale Jotunar. Nice to meet you all.
Cool name.
Thank you.
Could you
Seems a bit plain, actually.
What?
Could you write that down in the chat, please?
Yeah, I'll write it down. Don't worry.
All right, thank you.
Off we go to West Crown.
I think it's a perfectly cool
Let's
name.
gather up our group and, well...
You
Is it getting-
all.
what-
We're about
what
to end the
time of
session.
day
Don't
is it?
worry. Oh, sorry. It is like early morning. The storm is still like thundering around you, so it's kind of hard to tell how light it is outside. But just based off of how rested you feel, you can kind of tell it's somewhere in the morning.
Alright, so we'd be getting going rather than making camp. That's all.
Yeah. So you kind of go down, tell the survivors of the boat crash what the plan is, and after everything, and considering you all seem to be the most capable, they agree to go along with you, and you all begin the long march to West Crown, and that is where we'll end the session for the night.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for playing. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you all did too.
Absolutely.
Hold on, we're not done yet. And I would like to thank everyone who listened this long. Yeah, I would like to thank everyone who's listened this long. Go ahead and do the YouTube pleasantries, like the like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah, we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.